Are you a rogue police officer?
I've never been one in my 37 years old in the service.
So you deny the allegations?
I deny that, and they must prove that.
Okay. So you receive a call from a gentleman by the name of Brown Mogotsi, who comes and meets with you in a hotel in Camps Bay. You dine together. He divulges an intelligence information to you, an alleged plot to oust you or something. But didn't it concern you as a Deputy National Commissioner of the South African Police Service that a civilian comes to you as a boss of an institution and gives you an information about your intelligence services? Did it not concern you?
What concerns me is the fact that he was telling me something about I know. And in that regard, I work with information. I've got people who are my informers, I have people who are whistleblowers. I deal with information. So even if I am concerned, the only thing I can do is to either speak to the National Commissioner, or where the National Commissioner is involved, I'll speak to the deputy ministers.
No. We understand clearly that crime intelligence has got what they call community intelligence, where they use the information to tackle crime. They use information they get from community members, which is fair. This is a different discourse, General. This person comes to you as a Deputy National Commissioner, brings an information about your intelligence services, not about what is happening in the community that will help you execute the mandate that you have. So this is different. I agree. It is important that you work with communities, get information, but this is different. A civilian comes to you, gives you information about your intelligence services. Did it not concern you that how did a civilian get hold of this kind of information as a person given a responsibility to manage and control the police service?
No, it didn't concern me.
Why?
Because when someone comes to you with information that helps your cause, you do give attention to such information. I cannot be worried about the fact that this person is giving me information that is actually saying to me, look over your back. I can't be worried about such.
So intelligence formation of the country that is lingering among community members doesn't worry you as a Deputy National Commissioner. Is that what you are saying?
That is the most concern that we must raise within the intelligence structure.
I'm talking about you, General, as a Deputy National Commissioner. So it does not concern you that an information that is supposed to be in the custody of intelligence services is lingering around community members. It does not confirm. Is that your evidence that you are not concerned when intelligence information is lingering around community members?
Of course, I am concerned if ever a member of the public will have information, in particular documents that belongs to intelligence. It is a cause for concern. But if it is information that relates to the security that affects me, or you're just giving me information as a whistleblower, it happens on a daily basis from many angles of the country where you get such information. People on the ground do come across information, and people do report right up to the highest office. They report, they bring information.
Okay, Chair, I think let's just note that the first General Sibiya was not concerned, and on the second, General Sibiya was concerned. What did you do with that information?
It's information that says, watch over your back. And then what I did is, sometimes I approach the National Commissioner. Sometimes I did speak to General Kumar and say, I understand there is one of the senior managers who's going around here and saying, well, I'm going to arrest your boss. Or we intend to arrest so and so and so and so. And at some point, it's even journalists where they want a journalist to run a story that says General Sibiya's arrest is imminent, and they want the journalist to run that story. And then I have a lot of AI generated TikTok messages about me. So you find that when you Google me or when you go into TikTok, you find that there is thousands of negative messages, or they will take my message and turn it replicates into many messages.
The question, General, was that what did you do about that?
What did I do about the information? I use it to my advantage to make sure that I survive.
Okay. Are you in constant contact with Mr. Brown Mogotsi?
Not on a daily basis, not.
But you are communicating?
I am communicating.
About issues relating to the police service?
No, not about issues related to the
issues in general.
In general.
Okay. No, that's fine. Let's take back what Honorable Sokanyile was asking you. Mr. Matlala finds difficulties in operating in terms of the work that he was given. Comes to your office for the first time.
Yes.
Then you say beyond that was the account that you have told us is that he came to ask about his tender issue where he found difficulties. You were acting national commissioner there. But you continue to say you have met him for about 5 times or less.
Yeah.
And you moreover say all this fracas happens when you are about to know him more or when you are about to know each other more. Is it a general practice in the police service that the top brass of the service has got direct contact and direct relationship with service providers? And how many service providers do have the same relationship that you have with Mr. Matlala in the SAPS?
What I know is that Mr. Matlala is a well-known person in the service, in the police. As you can see at some point right from the minister downward.
Let's talk about you, General.
No, I'm just saying, you ask, the honorable member asked a question whether is there a general practice in the police. Now I'm saying it is a general practice in the police because it's a service provider, it's a stakeholder. Whether you're talking about Old Mutual, you're talking Metropolitan, you're talking about many other, they, on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, they find themselves in the same space. They are known to each other. That is why they gave him a tender to operate in the college where the National Commissioner is. And there was no problem that the National Commissioner saw himself on Mr. Matlala there. There was no issue because at that point in time, nobody knew about Mr. Matlala's involvement in any crime. Because if they knew, and I'm the only one who's actually working with him, it would have been understood or understandable. But in this case, I also take it that even the National Commissioner or any other person there didn't know.
Do you know where Mr. Matlala resides?
No.
The meeting that you had with Brown Mogotsi discussing some of the issues, you said Brown Mogotsi, you knew him from Northwest, he's an activist. Then you said yourself, you don't belong to any political party. But you are meeting this, you met this activist and you knew Brown Mogotsi because he's an activist. Am I correct?
Yes, I said that. Not because he's an activist. I know him as an activist in Northwest.
Then most of the meetings that you held, either Brown Mogotsi or Kat Matlala, were work-related meetings, surely.
In relation to Brown, I would say work-related. But if a person says, I'm coming, are you in Camps Bay, I'll come and greet you, because that's the only time I met him. And the second time when he said, I'm in Gauteng, I'm coming to consult. Are you around? And I said, yes, I'm at my lawyer's as well. Okay, I'll see you when I break, and then we just greet.
The work-related ones now, the outcomes of the work-related meetings, have you ever reported them to your senior, who happens to the National Commissioner? Have you ever reported the outcomes of those meetings and reported that you met so and so because of this and that?
Firstly, I indicated yesterday that the moment I got these calls from Brown Mogotsi, I said to the National Commissioner, there's a strange call that I found from a person who called himself Brown. But he was telling me more about me being careful that crime intelligence is following me and they are working on me and all those things. And then he said, no, continue meeting him, and where possible, you can even record him. But it didn't go to a point where I recorded him.
You know, I didn't hear clearly. Can you repeat?
Chair, General Sibiya is not audible. We can't hear him. If you can just speak closer to the mic.
Thank you.
Can you repeat your answer? I didn't hear clearly.
I don't know if I still remember the trail of thought, but what I heard was, did you inform your National Commissioner? And I said, it was not a meeting per se, but I did inform the National Commissioner. The very first time around, I received a call from Brown, that I received a strange call from a person who called himself Brown, but he was telling me about, that I must be careful, I'm being followed, I'm being listened to, which was the case. And said, these people are working against you because they want to push you out. That's what he said to me initially. And then I did tell the National Commission, I said, no, keep on listening to him. And it wasn't a subject to really take any further.
And then thereafter, you knew Brown Mogotsi because you are saying that you told the National Commissioner that you got a call from a person you didn't know.
Yes. And as he phones, I took the calls.
When you said yesterday, your hatred or the hatred, the presumed hatred between yourselves and General Mkhwanasi, you saw it, it was there. Is that the reason why you had to communicate with the junior officials in KZN instead of a provincial commissioner?
Those are two different things, Honorable Member. The hatred is something that has been displayed over time until now, and why I communicated with Deputy Provincial Commissioner. I'm the Deputy National Commissioner of Crime Detection. I am allowed to speak to a Deputy Provincial Commissioner of Crime Detection. That's the first part. But the second part is that because when I speak to General Mkhwanasi, when I call him, many times I call him when the relationship was all fine. You will call him, you won't find him because mostly he's engaged in meeting, whether it's engaged in a meeting with executive, business forum, or taxi people, but he's mostly involved in meetings. Now, he's the kind of a person who, when he's chairing a meeting, he will never take a phone and answer to your phone, but he will definitely come back to you much later. Now, I'm sitting here in making sure that since the minister said, may I see the team tomorrow so that I can brief them, I can hear what happened and how they got there. The minister didn't want to interfere, but remember that he is the Minister of Police. He get asked, he conduct a lot of interviews. He want to be able to account or to speak about it. So he said, can you get me the team to come and brief me so that I get to hear how we got here? And me trying to speak to General Mogotsi to arrange and also to please inform the PC on my behalf. Like it happens in many other provinces, I never thought General Mogotsi will actually take it too hard like he did. Similar situations have happened in Mpumalanga. Similar situations happened in Mpumalanga where the National Commissioner wanted to meet the team that was involved in a particular, I think it was a case where we found a arms cache or the one of Piet Retief where councillors were killed and then a good job was done, but the National Commissioner wanted them to come and brief you. Now, as a result, I communicated to the brigadier, and then the PC called me and said, how? Now you are calling my people and me you are leaving behind. And these are my people. I say, General, please, I apologize. I should have started by you. And she said, no, I understand. Please, General, come with them. And she came, we interacted with them, but I apologized. And it was really not war like it is still today, just for the fact that I didn't speak to you directly, I spoke to someone who's your deputy. So it differs from character to character, from person to person. But it happens on a daily basis with all the provinces.
Okay. No, thank you very much. Thank you, General.
Thank you very much.
Before